So anyway, my camera's being retarded. That's stupid. But yeah, tomorrow I don't have to do much. Just go down to the post office first. I was gonna go to the city, but I probably won't feel like it tomorrow. I need to desperately wash my sheets and a few other things. So I might do that tomorrow. I should be getting some packages this week. So new clothes. I just spent like a bundle of money, which I probably shouldn't have spent on them. But never mind, they'll be cool. They're gonna be cool one day. I've got so many clothes. There's clothes still in the garage. I was looking through all my garage stuff, a couple of days ago, and it's so dusty. Seriously, it's like just a big load of dust in there, and don't ask me what the fridge looks like. But yeah, it's not actually very good. It's pretty unkempt, and all my stuff is just hogging up the area. So I don't know what I should be doing with all my stuff, but still trying to sell things and get a bit of a price for them, and yeah, but nothing's really coming out so great. But anyway, I don't need to deal with that tomorrow. Just but yeah, I just really need to go to the post office to post. And there's a couple of packages down there, they're kind of big, so I have to post them tomorrow. On Tuesday I might be able to go into the city if I want. Don't know if I'll really want to. At least it'll get me out of the area for a while. I've been meaning to go to the city to check out the stores and things, but I don't really want to spend my money. I don't have to go to the city if I don't want to. I just think I hang around the area too much and stuff, so that's why I like to go on adventures, but I'm not very adventurous. Maybe I would just like to stick around. But tonight, it was affecting me just being indoors. And I'm like, I really should get out and about, and probably like suffering some sort of lethargy from being indoors too much. But I'm not actually indoors too much. I only spend a couple hours on the computer at a time. I don't, unless I'm studying or doing something on the computer that's totally absorbing my mind. I don't use it too much. I always want to use it for hours on end, but I never do because it's always stalls. I've got a slow computer and I just get impatient with it. I've been wanting to think about buying a desktop computer, but I don't know if I will right now, but eventually I might. But yeah, I'm still waiting to see if I get something expensive for free. I just applied for it like a week ago, no, 1 to 2 weeks ago, and if I got them for free, that would save me a bundle of money. That would be like perfect, but I don't know if I will. But yeah, but I would love for things to be free, really, but I don't know if I'll put in these aligners, like, yeah, I got something for my teeth, maybe to make them straight, and I'm like, I bet it's flawed, it's a flawed practice, but I don't know whether I'll actually use them, but if I got them for free, that would be like perfect, because it's something high risk that I might not even use, but I just bought it on the spur of the moment. I'm like, well, the payment plan's good. But anyway, I don't have to paint tomorrow. All my paintings are done for the next 10 days. Hopefully they'll be chosen. I think they are good enough, but I was looking up on the internet to see if they were visible on the listings, and I couldn't find them. So when searching, but it doesn't mean they're not there. People are looking at them, but I only really have one person buying right now. So, but it'd be so cool to get more than one person bidding. But I don't know. I kind of feel really done up. Tonight I was just like really turned off of living here, not working, living under someone's roof, and they secretly harbor ill feelings towards me. Like, they don't show it all most of the time, but when they do show it, it's when they're trying to kick me out, and it's like they just have low opinion of me. You know, when they look at people who can work, they don't consider me someone who can work or learn or do things. You know, they consider me someone who they don't want to work, and so I'm not getting any. But that's always been the case. I think I've been browbeaten too much. A lot of people think of me as something low when I'm actually okay. You know, if they could raise their bar a little bit, but they find it hard to. And I'm like, well, that's not very nice, but I just ignore it. I try and get work other places, other people. I sort of want to climb an invisible ladder to a skyscraper building and pleasure myself, you know, with a good job. But it's not really happening. The whole dream of you working up in a ladder on your own isn't really working. There's not really any ladder for me to climb. And a lot of times I just don't get considered for jobs. So it's really beaten me up a little bit. Because I've always been aching to move off other people and be my own self in a better world, but not in a better world, but in my world, a separate world. But I've never actually managed to do it, and so I've sort of just kept it in the back of my mind and ignore it and keep continuing on. And I'm like, you know, just really, I think I just find things difficult a little bit. I mean, but I like to think that I can still have some opportunity open. I consistently apply for nonsense jobs all the time, but a lot of the times I don't get considered very highly, which is why I sort of regret missing the interview last Friday, but I'll just have to get over it. Like, I didn't trust the building. I've been in there before. Yeah, the elevator doesn't work. You have to walk 7 up to the 7th floor, and, you know, it's like, you know, a few different doors, and one of them has a Nazi sign, another one's a modeling agency, and the other one's another business. So, and then all 3 of the people who own the business have guns, and they were threatening me the first time I went there because I was interested in doing a modeling course, and they're like, sorry, we're not like open most of the times to the general public. But I think we had a conversation about how you can get into the modeling world with them. And I think they did mention that they advertise for a job and you go in and you get in. So maybe this was the instance where I'd applied to an advertised job and I was being let in, but I just didn't step forward. But, But anyways, it doesn't really matter. I just want safe work. I don't mind trendy work, but I wouldn't mind getting a job where you don't actually work. Like, you work, but you don't work as in the general sense of the term work. You don't concentrate on senseless duties all day long. You do something different than just sit at a desk. And I've sort of been wanting that, but I'm sort of incapacitated a little bit. Like, I don't hunt for it. A lot of times I'm wanting that desk job because it's safe and whatnot, but I don't know. But I don't really know what I want. A lot of times I don't even think I want to work anywhere but home. But all work from home jobs are a little bit disappointing. And I don't have the world's best computer. I think I really need to upgrade my computer because I've got a really slow computer. And for someone who works from home on their computer all the time, I don't know how I managed to keep up my patience while I'm logging onto the world's slowest computer, which takes forever to load up. I spend hours just setting up my computer so that the pages work and everything's open when it should only take a few minutes. So I waste a lot of time on a slow computer. It's a little bit too slow, but I sort of want to buy a desktop when I'm settled. But I mean, I don't desperately need a computer, mate. It may be old, but it still works. So I don't need to go out and splurge on a world's most expensive desktop computer, which is going to at least cost you a few grand for a good one. But I do need one. I need a computer that works more swiftly, has a higher, whatever. And I'm thinking about buying a $7,000 one that you can get on a payment plan. You spend around 2 years on a payment plan, and so it allows you to pay for it slowly. And I'm like, well, that computer looks okay, but I'm not sure whether that one, the more expensive one's better than the Dell ones, which are what a lot of businesses use. So, but the Dell ones are only a few grand, but I sort of want the higher. I just want the best computer, I'm sick of slow computers. But anyways, I'll just have to carry that dilemma with me. But my computer does work. It just doesn't work to a high standard, and it's slowing me down, making me tired before I've even started doing anything. But yeah, what am I going to say? But I was thinking tonight, I'm just tired of living here, but I'm taking advantage of it because I spent so much money moving up here, it's not funny. But I don't know if I ever do the right thing. But I know one day I'm going to get a bomb exploding in front of my face and being told to face a huge raging bomb. But maybe I'll be able to leave before that happens. I have all these daydreams about how life could change to have things move rather than things stay the same and me doing the same small things every day. But I don't know, I guess I do different things. After all, in the past week, I've realized I have a buyer for my art, which is a huge thing. It's a huge step forward because, before this stuff happened, I could never sell my art, right off the bat, but now I can. So it's a huge step forward with my art, and but I guess you just keep trying. I would love to get a really great job though, get some real money coming in, but I don't think it's just gonna happen anytime soon. I sort of always want a scapegoat. I want to bump into someone who can make me rich, but I'm not really model worthy or anything. But I didn't know what I could do. But that would be great if you just sort of was hanging around and you met someone. But most of the time, I don't rely on other people. Like, I rely on jobs somewhat, but I don't rely on meeting people to get me somewhere because I'm just the world's most boringest person. I don't really believe anyone has anywhere to take me, so so I don't really daydream about that too much anymore. I like the internet a lot. I like to use it a lot, but I don't use it half as much as I should because and it's all because I have the world's slowest computer. Like, it literally is so slow. It's way too slow for me. But I can still use them and I can get by. I don't need to buy myself every expensive thing that I want. But one day I will. I'll buy a new computer, desktop, and a laptop. And then I'll be like, my life is complete. I have everything. Everything in the world. If I won the lotto tomorrow, I'd be like running to a computer store to buy the best desktop computer. Maybe get a discount on the laptop. I don't know, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Winning lotto. However, I did win $15 on the Tuesday lotto a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, how on earth did I do that? Because you seriously need 4 numbers to actually win a prize. And I'm like, how on earth did I get four numbers, I was like so surprised that I actually won. I was like, I haven't won for 2 years, with lotto. And this is like the first time I've won. Like a little bit more than 2 years ago, I had the same numbers and they were winning all the time and I was getting like $15 once every few months. But then I had I let the lottery go, and then when I returned back to it, I just wasn't winning anything. And I was like, what gives? These are like my lucky numbers. But so a couple of weeks ago, I had my first win in 2 years, and I was like, wow, that's just amazing. For the Tuesday lottos. Tuesday and Saturday lottos, I often regard as pretty redundant. I'm like, I'm not ever gonna get 4 numbers, let alone 5 or 6 numbers. So you lose confidence that you'll win. I think Powerball is the bigger winner of them all, but I've won that lucky cat draw a few times this year, and I've only entered it like around 5 times, so 3 out of 5 isn't too bad. But so that one can be a little bit of a lucky streak too. I was doing scratchies, but I'm not doing them anymore because my lucky scratchies, ran out, and they've only got degenerate scratchies that never win, so. So I'm not spending my money on scratchies at the moment. But yeah, I seriously just want to get to sleep tonight. I've had enough with today. It's just been a long days indoors, and I was like, before I took a little thing of medication, I was feeling like so run down. I just seriously want to go to sleep. But I had this semi-dream state. I felt like my mind was sort of leaving me a little bit. Like, I felt like something was spiritually picking it out with their long fingernails. I felt like there was a spirit sort of poking at my head or something with long fingernails. And I'm like, well, that was a freaky incident. So I needed to take some medication to not be able to blunt in my feelings so that I can not feel the invisible world. Pretty much, that's exactly what it helps with. And and now I don't, I don't feel it so much. So that's a great thing. I'm always going to be like on these little tiny pills. You only need to take it a little bit, but it just helps me so much. Like, it relaxes me. If I'm having a mental, like a breakdown or feeling a lot of stress, you just take like even half a pill and you're like, it totally drops your mood swings. Like, I went through a stage where I was crying a lot, and I just would take one, and immediately, like after I'd swallow it, like it would just work so fast. Like, you just stop the feelings that are the feelings that are causing you to cry. They stop, and you realize, oh, I don't need to cry anymore because I'm not feeling sad. So it's sort of why I've prescribed them, because I kept on feeling stressed, and um it was distressing my whole entire body and causing a few side effects. And so I'm glad I was introduced to the medication. It's a pretty hard medication. It's in the top grade that, medical doctors need special permission for, but it doesn't seem to be. It is supposed to be addictive, but it doesn't seem to be anything harmful for the body. So I take them all the time. I've been taking them for pretty steadily for the past few years, because I keep on living around stress and feeling stress. Even now, like, sometimes I'm just having a bit of a stress-induced breakdown and I need something, but I also take them so I can't feel feelings, and including feelings towards the world around me. So, but anyway, enough about that. You don't need to know that stuff. I am so tired. I just totally need to go to sleep. Totally. It's like, I just want to go to sleep and not wait till tomorrow. I think I've watched my fill of Jim Carrey movies. I keep watching them and I think they're okay, but there's only so much I can watch with Jim Carrey. I just don't. I don't always like his movies or him, but they are actually entertaining movies. You watch them and you get drawn into them, and they're quite watchable and even inventive. So I like to watch things give me a few ideas, but I just don't love him at all. I just don't love him. You can just enjoy his movies, so it's how far I'm gonna take it. But I'm getting sick of watching them. I've been trying to watch all of them just to see what they're like, but I'm getting sick of watching him in movies, so I might just drop it to watch The Box and different actors, because I don't think you're ever supposed to watch the one person, and I think I've had my fill. I've watched around 5 movies with him in it in the past week, and I don't know, I just feel like I've watched most of the ones, but there are quite a few more to go, but I don't know whether I want to watch them right now. Like, I might watch them in a few months or something, because I'm getting sick of watching his movies, but they are interesting. I was watching one tonight, and they are interesting. The characters don't really disturb you, and the plots are always a little bit different. But he doesn't do that outrageous comedy a lot now. I think he's, turning his movies and his acting down a lot. And for people who are fans of the outrageous comedy, like them, you can miss it, the outrageousness and the exaggerationness and stuff. But at the same time, it's cool that he's doing more thoughtful movies, I would say. They are actually quite thoughtful in some ways, so I don't mind them. They still come off as a little bit intelligent movies, and ones that are just good, fairly good to watch. But yeah, anyway, I gotta get to sleep. I'm just about knocking off while I'm talking. I'm just like almost falling asleep. So yeah.